Hey, Journey Mate, let's talk about how to stop starting over on your wellness journey. And for those of you who are new to me, I'm Coach B, Christian Transformation Coach, and I help women of God elevate in their callings using wellness. And in short, when I say journey mate, I mean that you are on a journey to thrive in your God given calling because that's where your most whole, holy, thriving self can be found. Let's get into tip number one. First and foremost, the reason why I'm saying stop starting over as opposed to how to start or how to reset is because your mindset has to shift into this place of commitment, right? So you don't say, hey, I'm going to try this new boyfriend out. Hey, I'm going to try this new friendship out. Hey, I'm going to try this new job. You typically say, I am starting this job today, or I'm in the relationship and this is my partner, so on and so forth. This is my homegirl. This is my bestie. This is my sister in Christ. You speak of it as a commitment. You don't speak doubt as you talk about it. So gone are the days of looking at, I'm going to try this diet. I'm going to try this meal plan. I'm going to try it. No, commit. God is the I am, and you're made in his image and likeness. So when you say I am, you're declaring and decreeing that you in fact are going to do what you say you're going to do. So I totally get what's going on. Many of you are busy, you're overwhelmed, and you just want the convenience that comes with transforming as quickly as possible. But may I alert you, sister, that that's what got you here. You're going to have to change a little bit. Your habits are going to have to shift. And in order for your habits to shift, for you to have sustainable transformation, your mindset has to shift. And so if that's what got you here, taking quick fixes on your wellness journey, your weight loss journey to see transformation, but you didn't change, how you view food didn't change, you did not grow into a lifestyle that you sustain, whether you did keto or whatever the trending diet is, or whatever the trending medication is, or whoever the best trainer in your city is, if you only had that solution short term, but you didn't evolve long term, maybe it's time to commit to a lifestyle change. Maybe instead of saying I'm a lock in for 21 days or 3 weeks or 6 weeks, you say, no, I'm going to pivot here. And this is for the long haul. And I'm figuring it out, but I'm locked in for the long haul. Mentally, that shifts things, right? Right now, if you saying I'm about to try this diet for the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or until I lose 10 pounds, 20 pounds, 30 pounds, 40 pounds, whatever, you name it. What your mind is on is I'm going to do this for a little while. And then I'm going to go back to what? Old habits, right? But when you shift in this way, your mind goes into I am becoming, and I'm going to continue to become until I reach my end goal and beyond. And that gives you longevity. That gives you endurance. That also helps you with peace as you go along this journey. If you have any questions, drop them down below right now. But I hope that makes sense. And I wish I could see y'all. I wish we were on a Zoom call so that you could ask questions in real time. But that gets me into point number 2. And it might sound a little crazy, like, why would I frame it this way? But you know how eating poorly can kind of put you in this addictive loop because you love sweets or ice cream or chips or bread, right? Make eating balanced meals addictive. Within at least 7 to 14 days of eating really balanced, you get to have increased energy. You start to feel joy. You might even feel some of the inflammation and water retention reducing. So you might have a flatter tummy or just see the fluffiness around your face and your legs reduce a little bit. All of that can become addictive. Let that be so encouraging that that's what motivates you to keep going. Not in this obsessive, crazy person ED way. We're not going into eating disorder land, but in a like, yo, this is worth the sacrifice. Yo, I want to continue to invest into this, whether it's my time, whether it's my energy, whether it's my resources, because it feels good to feel good. You know how you get that inner joy after you've been eating gunky after a little while, and then you go ahead and cleanse and flush your system a little bit by hydrating and eating the right things. That can become addictive if you allow it to be, meaning if you allow yourself to hold on to that and say, I'm going to fight to maintain it in a healthy way as opposed to in a toxic way. Because let's be real, when we lose control around the processed things we really enjoy a lot, that's an addiction. But we could flip it in our minds to say, know what? My reward is to eat a veggie salad, or not a veggie salad. That sounded a little crazy. I don't even know what I'm on with that. But my reward for having a very productive day will be having my favorite Greek yogurt with some fruit and a little bit of granola. You know, like that's my reward, and I'm going to have it. Or I'm going to link up with the girls and have an acai bowl. Are y'all still doing that? Are the girlies still doing that right now? I don't even know what's trending to be real about it. But you get what I'm saying? Flip it for you and take ownership of that and invest in that. Explore healthier restaurants with your homegirls, the same way that you go to brunch at the places that are like trending or popping or new to explore in the city. Okay, continue to do that, but explore the healthier options and make it a thing, make it a bonding experience. You can do the same things you used to do, just in a healthier way. Like, make a lifestyle around it, make it real for you. And you'll find that a lot of times when you go to these types of venues, you come across some of the most positive, uplifting, encouraging people. I've explored that a lot, especially when it comes to nice gyms in my city. Sometimes I make some of the greatest friends I could possibly make throughout this journey. And then that leads me into point number 3. Do a winter lock-in by investing in weights. So if you are someone that wants to lose 40 plus pounds, really any amount of weight, because as women, the more muscle mass we have, the better, because we naturally lose it throughout our lives and it affects our long-term wellness. But let's say in the short term, you're just thinking about 2026 and how to lock in for 2026. Invest in weight, sis, because there are certain points throughout the year where you are not going to want to go to the gym. For example, when you're in the luteal phase of your menstrual cycle, you're not going to want to leave out of the house to go to the gym unless you have one on your property. And if that's the case, glory be to God, skip this step, but make it as easy as possible to get some strength and resistance training built in, because you could use almost anything from just like your body to just walking around your property when it comes to getting some cardio in. But the harder part is to bring in strength and resistance, to keep building muscle and to maintain the muscle you have when you're not actively building more muscle. Okay, so here are the weights you want to build up. Pause this video and take notes. Make sure that you have this. If you are not able to consistently curl 8 pounds, make sure that you get a 5 pound, 8, 10, and 12 pound dumbbell. I'm gonna repeat that: 5, 8, 10, and 12 pound dumbbell, at least one of each, because you could rotate back and forth between your arms. And when it comes to your lower body, you're going to want to get 2. You know what? At first I was going to say 25, but that's easy for me. Get 120, 125, 130 pound dumbbell. 120, 125, and 130 pound dumbbell. This is the weight that you're going to use for your lower body. Originally, I was thinking get 225s and 230s, but that might be a little heavy for you. So figure that out as you go. At least get one of the 20, the 25, and the 30 and see if that works. And if you're able to increase it, then go ahead and get the other pair. You can do a bunch of motions with this. Just look up some strength and resistant workouts for your lower body and upper body. But you having a weight that's not too heavy and not too low will help you build muscle comfortably from home. This keeps you on that journey, because sometimes that extra step of going to the gym is just too much. And if you're not able to financially invest in weights, I'll share a video down below of when I broke down how to use anything from canned goods to jugs of water around the house and book bags to have some level of resistance, right? And then you could put that in a bag, put it on a scale to see how much you're lifting to get you through until you can invest in weights. But as we're going into the new year, stores have a lot of discounts on their wellness products, so this will be a good time to just stock up on dumbbells, because once you have them for life. Okay. And then lastly, you have to really maximize in your area of discipline and consistency, especially, my sister, if God is telling you to get your wellness journey together. So some of you might not know me. I'm a Christian transformation coach, but I'm a sister that lost 80 pounds in 11 months the unhealthy way, gained it all back. In fact, I went further than my original weight. And then I learned how to lose weight healthily in Christ. And this was pivotal for me because I was able to use the goal setting framework I used to lose weight, despite having 4 years of gaining it while trying to lose it in my purpose journey and build a ministry as well as a thriving business using that, right? And so what God taught me through that process is that motivation can only get you but so far. You need structure, especially to do things that God has called you to do. More uniquely, the boundaries you set, the identity you come into, and the intimacy you develop the intimacy you develop with God on your wellness journey, it is so important when it comes to stewarding what God has created you to steward in your next. Again, that's mindset, that's identity, that's intimacy, that's habits, right? In order to be a great steward, one that flows with God and the move of heaven can be released through you, you need to have those things in place. It's not just about the physical transformation. It's not about vanity metrics. It's about identity. It's about being rooted. It's about being available, right? And a lot of that is put in place when you commit to your wellness journey, because you have to put boundaries in place. You have to show up for yourself. You have to tap into the Lord for that supernatural flow when you don't have motivation, when you don't feel empowered, when you don't feel like things are working, and yet you know that you are moving out of obedience, so you continue to show up. And so if that's something you need help with, because you're like, Coach B, like, there are so many things I can be doing. I don't know if what I'm trying to do is in alignment with God. I don't know if it's enough structure to keep me going, because I have a perpetual cycle of starting and stopping and kind of giving up on myself on my wellness journey. Go ahead and look down below, because I have a framework that has helped my clients, both when they're working directly with me and when they're walking through this independently, to action plan in a way that aligns with the Lord and gets them to their end goal. In fact, most people use it in their purpose journey, their wellness journey, their faith journey, all the like, because it's the same system. Okay, so go ahead and grab that. Comment your questions if you have any below, and for those of you who join, I'll see you in the community.